All right, viewers, let's also get you how the Israeli Air Force has released a fresh footage showing strikes last night against surface-to-air missile operators seconds before they reach a launcher to the south of Tehran, with troops being targeted and launcher then destroyed. Israel, remember, continues to operate to achieve air superiority in the skies over Iran. That fresh footage, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, has been released by Israeli Air Forces. Look at this. The target was here, and then, those troops were targeted. Right now, you'll see the explosion. There you see. So the entire, air superiority on part of Israel being displayed in this footage that has now been released by Israel's air forces. Remember, Iran continues to retaliate to these attacks, but by far, as far as technical and tactical superiority is concerned, you can see in this footage that it is Israel that dominates that space. Iran right now doesn't have the wherewithal to actually match the kind of superiority that Israel is displaying. But for the moment, Israeli air forces, releasing this particular footage. There you can see the explosion happening. This was, one of the strikes that was done on part of the Israeli air forces, and they continue even as we speak. Remember, the two countries have been retaliating to each other's attacks. There have been casualties as well. On the Israeli side, there have been some civilian casualties as well, which is what the Israeli leadership has been talking about again and again, that it is civilians that the Iranian regime is targeting, and therefore we will give them a befitting response. Now, let me go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's joining us with more on this video. Rishabh, we have been seeing strikes on part of Israel. This particular footage coming out of the Israeli Air Force clearly shows how Israel currently dominates airspace in terms of technique as well as tactic.
Well, sure, if we talk about Israel, what is Israel doing? In last 24 hours, we have seen complete air superiority by Israeli Air Force in Iran, and they have dominated the Air Force. And the visuals that we are seeing on our screen right now, they are not only hitting at the military installations, but they're also hitting at the retaliatory capabilities of Iran as well. The surface-to-surface missile launch pads are being hit, so that the barrage of missiles that we are seeing targeted toward Tel Aviv or Haifa or Jerusalem can be stopped as well. So Israel is not only being aggressive, but also ensuring that the retaliation capabilities of Iran can be put under check as well. And that's why we are seeing such operations being undertaken. In this visual, we can clearly see that how precise the hit has been, and how it has, closely, Israel is monitoring. I will have to leave it at that. I'm getting a call from Israel. I need to get on that as well.
We keep a track of the developments taking place at the moment. Remember, the situation is only deepening. It's only intensifying, ladies and gentlemen, between Israel and Iran. Even as there has been, that Reuters report that says that it was Trump who had vetoed an assassination bid on part of Israel against the supreme leader. But remember, this has not been sort of confirmed by any leadership under the Trump administration. This is only a source-based information. So we'll have to, really see how this really holds some sort of gravitas as far as the truth in it is concerned. It could also be a narrative on part of the American side to sort of soften Iran and get it back to the table after the talks with US were cancelled by Iran in Oman. Remember, Sunday was when these talks were supposed to happen. A fresh round, a second round of those talks had been cancelled by Iran after these strikes by Israel. While Donald Trump and the Trump administration, US, they continue to say that we will not directly get involved militarily in this entire conflict. Remember, the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has confirmed American support. In fact, he also expressed his gratitude to Donald Trump and the US administration for the kind of support that they have given to Israel in this entire conflict. Meanwhile, even as US officials deny their involvement in this conflict, Iran continues to lash out at Donald Trump and the American administration, saying that, it is America that is making Israel do all of this. It is America that is directly involved in the kind of attacks that the Israeli Defense Forces are today able to do against Iran. But as we speak, remember, there is no let-up in this entire conflict. It is intensifying. This is a fresh visual that has been released by the Israeli Defense Force, where you can see the surface-to-air missile being launched, targeting troops on the ground there within Iranian territory. On part of Iran, remember, it has been carrying out retaliatory missile strikes. Most of them have been intercepted by the Iron Dome system of Israel, but some of them have also fallen in various cities on residential buildings where civilian casualties have happened. Meanwhile, what we're also getting to know is that the Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, has taken aim at Iran, saying that the arrogant dictator from Tehran has become a cowardly murderer who fires targeted shots at the civilian home front in Israel to deter the IDF from continuing the attack that is collapsing its capabilities. The residents of Tehran will pay the price, and soon. So this is, again, Israel's leadership lashing out at Iran. My colleague Srinjoy is with me to help us get an understanding. Srinjoy, the Israel Defense Minister now saying that Iran is targeting civilians and they will pay a price even as Iran continues to retaliate against Israeli strikes. Clearly, there is no let-up in this conflict anytime soon. It is only intensifying because after these civilian casualties, Israel will certainly respond to Iran.
Yes, and Tehran will pay a price, is what we are hearing. Now, how does Tehran pay a price? It has paid a price already. It has paid a price in the sense that its nuclear capabilities have been hurt. Its oil fields or oil depots have been hit. Its military leadership has been decimated. Now, what remains? Now, is Israel planning strikes on Tehran city? That's really the question. When this was said, the Israeli Defense Minister, it isn't clear whether Tehran, meaning the government of Israel, the military of Israel, the scientists of Iran, will pay a price, or will it be the people? So does it mean what we need to know, and we'll have to see now, will it mean attacks on Tehran, the capital of Iran? That's the question that we have to look at. Because, okay, Iran will pay a price. Iran is already paying a price in the sense its leadership has been hurt, its military has been affected, its scientists have been killed, and all of that. Its logistics has been troubled. But will there be strikes on the city? That's the question, and we'll have to see if Israel actually does that.
Absolutely, Srinjoy very rightly said that it is government officials and perhaps the supreme leader as well who reside in Tehran, and therefore it is a matter of concern and something to wait and watch out for, whether Israel is able to reach these particular buildings, particular residences and offices that Israel is threatening about. But as far as Israel is concerned, Srinjoy, the fact that they had these preemptive strikes done on Iran and now they are also facing civilian casualties, does it not also mean that they should perhaps stop and see that their own people are being killed as well in this entire conflict?
That if you target a military establishment in, say, Tel Aviv. Now, Tel Aviv is a big city. It's very difficult to target just a military establishment. There is bound to be collateral damage, and the Iranian leadership may have just assumed that things being what they are, let's just hit Tel Aviv. And that could well have happened as well. And now, as a result of that, you have the Israeli defense minister saying that, look, we will target Tehran because Israel has faced civilian casualties. We know of 13 casualties so far. How many more will happen? We don't know. Let's hope there are no civilian casualties on either side.
Right, Srinjoy, stay with me. We're also getting a breaking news. These are images that have come in from Tehran viewers.